Good morning, all, and welcome to the Utthaan session today. We are starting with a new series on the topic Methods to Correct People. To enlighten us on this topic, we have Sister Ruchi with us. Sister Ruchi is an industrial microbiologist by qualification and a motivational speaker counselor by interest. She completed her academic research at Central Drug Research Institute in Lucknow. With a profound interest in serving the society, she dedicated herself as a faculty with Brahmakumaris, a socio-spiritual organization. She is an accomplished meditation mentor with 20 years of experience in researching, teaching, and facilitating sessions on self development, emotional quotient, and spirituality. With a scientific academic background, her sessions have an interesting blend of science and spirituality. She has collaborated with various scientific institutions to conduct workshops on meditation. Being a pragmatic speaker, she is experienced in motivating youth and nurturing leaders through her programs in various schools, universities, and numerous corporate organizations. In the current times, when everyone is almost always on the internet, she has inspired to create a series of short discussions and meditation to help one connect with their inner self, a less explored the internet. With an intent to create awareness about emotional well being, she infuses her lectures with elements of emotional, mental, and spiritual understanding of life. Now, I would like to welcome Sister Ruchi to please share your valuable insights with us. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Well, so today we start with a new topic, methods of corrections. Well, sorry. So when we say corrections, correction word itself is very egoistic. It is very egoistic word. Itself it suggests like I am very good and I am trying to make you better. So personally for myself, I feel like the word correction itself should be corrected a little bit. हम अगर करेक्शन के लिए कुछ न्यू वर्ड्स ढूंढने की कोशिश करें तो क्या ढूंढ सकते हैं बताइए अगर हम करेक्शन को एक सॉरी बैड थ्रोट तो हम क्या नया वर्ड ढूंढ सकते हैं रेक्टिफिकेशन इम्प्रूवमेंट सुधार और इंस्पिरेशंस और कुछ है चेंज नाइस सो जब हम बात करते हैं मेथड्स ऑफ करेक्शन जब कोई हमको खुद कहता है कि करेक्ट आपने ये इनकरेक्ट किया और आपको इस चीज को करेक्ट करना है तो सबसे पहले हम पीछे हो जाते हैं लाइक हमको लगता है ऐसा पता नहीं करेक्शन का मतलब ही हमारे अंदर आ जाता है जैसे कि ये गलत है या मुझे गलत ठहराया जा रहा है या समवेयर कुछ गलत सो when we say methods of correction there could be many methods of correction but let us understand the part of corrections. So, one word which comes always with correction is hurt. Most of the time, we think if I correct somebody, they will get hurt, or if somebody correcting me, I feel hurt. So, most of the time, correction is accompanied by hurting. Sometimes corrections become a synonym of hurt. So, do we really need to hurt each other in order to correct? Acha, if I refrain to correct somebody or other people, लोग मुझे correction देने से refrain कर, छोड़ दे, ना correct करें, मैं किसी को correct नहीं, if in the whole world nobody correcting nobody, how the world will become? बताइए आप, वो तो सही, वो तो सही। सो क्या होगा अगर दुनिया में कोई किसी को करेक्शन ना देवे? अभी हम जो हैं, जैसे भी हैं, बचपन से लेकर आज तक हमको कितनी सारी करेक्शंस दी गई है ना? बहुत सारी। इवन मान लीजिए बैठने की करेक्शन, खाने की करेक्शन। सो इंग्लिश इज ओके और समथिंग Zoom is asking. So there are different type of correction. There are different type of corrections we received so far, like how to sit, how to eat, how to stand, how to walk, how to write, how to read, how to sleep properly, how to chew my food, how to talk, how to pronunciate properly. Everything. We learned everything with so many corrections. But that time, these corrections were not hurting me. But nowadays, if somebody corrects me, I get hurt. Why do we get hurt when somebody corrects me? Since my birth so far, yes, ego. Why do we develop this ego? How do we develop this ego? Because the best training which we have got so far in our life is actually through corrections only. Throughout my life, people have corrected me for everything, from dressing to combing to speaking to even to hold my phone, even to actually to use this headphone. Somebody corrected me. Somebody corrected me to log in Zoom. Somebody corrected. But those corrections are not hurting. There are a few corrections which are hurting. So basically, there are two parts of correction. I'm not, I'm just giving you an overview of correction, not about different way. We have started the series, so we will go into deeper aspects of correction further also. So, understanding the correction, basically, what is the correction? In correction, there are two things. One, the person who is correcting, other person who is getting corrected, right? So, sometimes, why do we get that correction is always for some betterment, some positivity, some development, some improvement. So, correction is always intend for improvement. But still, hurt is always coming together with correction. So, why we feel like we feel हम क्यों करेक्शन लेने में हिचकिचाते हैं? We feel like we try to hide ourselves to receiving corrections just because of hurt. Either I will get hurt or the person whom I will correct, they will get hurt. Okay, so there are two things of hurt. Before we understand correction, it is important to understand why we do not get corrected or so. So, taking the overview of corrections. Maybe the person who is correcting me is not using um, proper way of correction or proper language of correction. and that is why I'm getting hurt. Or maybe I am oversensitive. So the person who is correcting me is getting like that person who is correcting me. Actually, that person is correcting correctly, but because I am oversensitive, so I get hurt. So both the possibilities are there. Well, it so happen out of the person who is correcting and the person who get correct, the person who gets corrected gets hurt and thinks like the person who corrected me was not enough learned enough to have a proper way of correction, to give a proper way of correction. His or her words were harsh, the method of correcting was hard, and that is why I am feeling hurt. Or the person who is correcting other, that person thinks, look, this is in this practical world, we all should be that much sensible enough to receive corrections. So the other person who is getting hurt is oversensitive, and that is why that person is getting hurt, and both of them blame on each other, but the hurt remains and correction is not received because hurt, feeling of hurt remains over there. Till the time that feeling of hurt will be there, correction won't be received fully. So if I want to correct somebody, correction itself is so hard. The word itself is so hard, so egoistic, saying that from my means you are incorrect, I am better than you, and that is why I am correcting you. Well, this looks very egoistic. When we say correction, you are wrong, or I want to correct you. Tell me one thing, कहाँ से पैरामीटर लेकर आते हैं कि ये गलत है? From which parameter you say this is right or wrong, or maybe you need a correction or so? From where? कहाँ से आपको पैरामीटर मिला, बताइए? There was a time when it was told earth is flat, and when somebody started saying earth is a sphere, then people started correcting. And the person who said earth is a sphere, that person started correcting the older concept. And later there was a uh, mm, big round of fight or dispute or so many things. And later it was established that earth is a sphere. So correction is always for improvement, for change, for betterment, for develop, going more near to perfection. That's good. But पैरामीटर कहाँ से आता है? मैं बताऊं, पैरामीटर हूं मैं, हम सब खुद। सिंपल बताते हैं, कोई व्यक्ति मुझे रॉन्ग क्यों लगता है, किसी को करेक्ट करने की रिक्वायरमेंट क्यों लगती है? यू नो, मान लीजिए अगर मेरी डाइट, मेरा खाना, मैं अगर 3 रोटी रोज खाती हूँ, तो क्या होगा? मैं इसी को करेक्ट मानती हूँ. If I feel like, yes, of course, compared to myself, if I feel like anything, I feel comfortable, I feel myself healthy, I feel my stomach full. So I feel eating 3 chapatis is a correct diet. Somebody who is eating 2 chapatis or 1 chapati I will tell them, look, you should think about your diet. You are eating too less. And somebody who is eating 4 or 5 chapatis, I'll say, you are eating too much. But the person who is eating 5 chapatis, that person will tell me, that you are eating too less. And this is how we get hurt, and that very positively intended correction goes into a negative hurting mechanism. A mechanism where everybody is hurting. Actually, we have made correction as a synonym of hurt. So basically, we compare ourselves to others and we think my method, my parameter is right. Remember, it is not your parameter, it is your perspective. और इसीलिए करेक्शन का एक बहुत important aspect है perspective. I think today is the first session for this series, right? Okay. So we are going to get more detail about correction, methods of correction further. But आज हमको समझना है कि correction as a whole, the method, what are the components of correction? First is, actually, it is not parameter, it is your perception. Like me, like in this room, I am sitting in this room, and simply I can say that this camera is in front of me and the curtain at my back. Or I can say, like, my water bottle at my left and door is at right. Well, but if somebody is sitting right in front of me behind the camera, that person will say, curtain is in front, still camera is also in front, but door is at left and bottle is at right. Right? This is perspective. It's not parameter. So always remember, before correction, there are 2 roles in this chapter. 2 roles which we need to understand. Sometimes I will be the person to give corrections. That's fine. And sometimes I will be the person to receive corrections. So we have to see this chapter from both the perspective, whether I am correcting somebody or I am receiving, because I'm also not a perfect man. So I also need some corrections time to time in between. So remember that if I have to receive a correction, how to receive it. So one is correcting end, another is receiving end. When both the end, the person who is at the receiving end, it could be me or someone else, that person, there is a tendency to get hurt, that person. So I have to check for both the aspects. When I'm trying to receive corrections or correct somebody, I know that this is for improvement. But still, why this negative energy of hurt involved in it? This negative energy of hurt involved, it is actually changing this correction into a pain. And that is why I actually push myself backwards. I step back from improvement just because of that pain of receiving a hurt. So, when you say that the world is changing, when you say that we have to be updated, we have to be up to mark, I need some corrections. This is worth quoting. Um, perspective, one of our administrative heads, her name was Didi Manmohini. At the same time, that was a time of some 13, 14 years when there were two administrative heads for this organization since 1969 to 1983. So legally, for all legal aspects, there was Dadi Prakashmani. She was administrative head. And for all internal affairs, Didi Manmohini, she was uh, uh, administrative head. Didi Manmohini was a very strict person. She was a person of corrections. She used to correct each and every person at different times with different methods. Means she was like, if she find you incorrect anywhere, she's not going to wait for a second, and she will immediately call you, she will give you corrections, and she will leave you back. But and Dadi Prakashmani, she was very gentle. She used to think 100 times before correcting anybody. She was very, what I say, like अ, वो बहुत सोचती थी, बहुत ज़्यादा किसी के लिए बहुत सोच समझ कर या बहुत उसकी फीलिंग्स का ध्यान रखकर वो कहीं हर्ट ना हो जाए, ऐसे बहुत हेजिटेट होकर किसी को करेक्शन देती थी. At the other hand, Didi Manmohini, she will not at all think about a second what that person is feeling. And she'll call and she'll give that correction. Look, this way of dressing is not correct. You should change your dressing. This way of sitting is not correct. This, that, so many things. Okay, fine. But dramatically, things were like that. Everybody was very connected with Didi Manmohini. Instead of her hard corrections, also, everybody was very open, very light, and very easily connected with Didi Manmohini, rather Dadi Prakashmani. Both were of same age almost. Even Didi was little elder. So one day, Dadi Prakashmani herself, she went to Didi Manmohini asking, "Look, I think 100 times before correcting a person, they should not get hurt. I use softest way of correcting them. I technically take care of my words also. I I means I try to help them not to get hurt, and still people gets hurt from by my corrections. You you just do not see any time, context. If you feel that person is wrong, you will immediately call, you will immediately give a correction, and you are not choosing words also. But still, I feel everybody is happy connecting with you. Nobody is actually going away from you. कोई आपसे हेजिटेट नहीं करता है. सब आपके पास आते हैं. मेरे से तो लोग रूठ भी जाते हैं. आपसे कोई रूठता भी नहीं है. What's the drama behind it? So Didi Manmohini said, आप जो इतना सोचते हैं ना पहले, पता नहीं वो हर्ट हो जाएगा, हो जाएगा, हो जाएगा, आप उसको बहुत दूर कर देते हैं. मैं ना मैं सोचती हूँ, मेरा भाई है, मेरी बहन है, इसकी गलती मतलब मेरी गलती, इसने गलत किया मतलब मेरी गलती है. वो गलती मुझे मेरी लगती है. मैं उसको नहीं करेक्ट करती हूँ, मैं खुद को करेक्ट करती हूँ. मुझे लगता है मेरा परिवार है, मेरा राइट हैंड है, तो वो अगर गलत करेगा तो मैं भी फेल हो जाऊंगी ना, वो फेल होगा तो मैं भी फेल हो जाऊंगी ना. इसीलिए मैं उसको नहीं, मैं अपनी टीम को करेक्ट करती हूँ. और इसीलिए किसी को ये नहीं फील होता है कि दीदी ने मुझे हार्ड कहा या ऐसा कहा. सो गिविंग करेक्शन इज एन आर्ट, बट व्हाट इज द आर्ट बिहाइंड? इट इज नॉट जस्ट वर्ड्स. It's not about, yes, of course, there are some words, but it is about your heartfelt feelings. We in Brahmakumaris, we have a daily discourse which we call Murli, and all of us are a student of that Murli class, that daily discourse. And one day, I remember in the year of 2005, I think 2006, there was आप किन शब्दों का किस भाव से बोलते हो, that makes a difference, yes. So in that Murli class, the daily discourse which we are a student of, there was one class I still remember. उसकी heading थी शिक्षा के पहले क्षमा का दान दो तो आपकी शिक्षा दूसरों का सहारा बनेगी. So instead of correcting them, we are supporting them. If internally I feel like they are wrong and this is going to lead towards a hazard, and this will actually make this company means kuch isme loss ho jayega, so that is why I need to correct them. Basically, I need to support them to learn a better way to make this company better, profitable, more successful. So, internally, here, if I change words, if I keep this word correction, itself comes with ego, that I know the right method and you know the wrong method. You try my method. See, if everybody tries my method, then world will collapse. There won't be any development. Somebody has to try a new method to discard my old method, and that is how we improve. So instead of correction, let us use the better word, support. I support you to accept change. And from the other part also, instead of getting corrected, I use another word. I am getting their support to improve myself. So the change of core of feelings will help you to find a better way of corrections. Well, technically, if we talk about different methods of correction, which I think it will come in further sessions also. Choose your words properly, see the time, when are you correcting, see the perspective, and use it for a purpose. All those things are very common, which we all know. There is one word which is called a spoiler, which is important during corrections. Sometimes we use spoilers for corrections. These spoilers are using like appreciation coming with some negativity. Oh, today's today's breakfast is so good. It is nice if you cook daily like this. Are you getting it? Today's breakfast is so good. This is appreciation. It will be nice you cook daily like this. Oh, you are on time today. So nice to see you on time today. What happened rest other days? That is called a spoiler. And this spoiler goes into the heart and which makes you feel bad inside. So for corrections, if you really want to correct directly. Say that you are coming late and I hope to see you on time every day. Do not use spoilers. Spoilers are those things which will spoil your methods of corrections. Well, when I say corrections or I am receiving it, or when I am giving it to somebody, always remember your intention of correction. Before going to methods, different methods, you are correcting to show the other person that he is wrong. आप जो गलत है उसको गलत दिखाना चाहते हो या जताना चाहते हो, इसलिए आप उसको करेक्ट कर रहे हो। ये एक इंटेंशन। दूसरा इंटेंशन, वो गलत है और आपके पास दूसरा एक करेक्ट मेथड है, सो फार करेक्ट। सो आप बताना चाहते हो कि मैं तुमसे अच्छा हूं, मैं तुमसे बड़ा हूं, इसलिए आप करेक्ट कर रहे हो। या फिर आप उसको पेन से बचाना चाहते हो कि भाई ये गलत मेथड से तुमको बाद में पेन होगा, इसलिए मैं अभी तुम्हें बचा लूं। या फिर आप जो प्रोसेस है, प्रोसेस ऑफ वर्किंग को स्ट्रीमलाइन करना चाहते हो। ये सारे इंटेंशंस करेक्शन से ही रिलेटेड हैं। तुम गलत हो, मैं ये जताना चाहता हूं कि तुम गलत हो, इसलिए करेक्ट कर रहा हूं। मैं सही हूं, ये दिखाना चाहता हूं कि मैं सही हूं, इसलिए तुमको करेक्ट कर रहा हूं। तुमको गलत मेथड्स के बाद पेन होगा, फेल हो जाओगे, इसलिए तुमको तुम्हारी भलाई के लिए मैं तुम्हें करेक्ट कर रहा हूं। ये पता है, ये ना एक पिटी वाली भावना है जो नहीं चाहिए होती है किसी को, अपने बच्चों को भी नहीं चाहिए होती। सो तुमको बाद में अनसक्सेसफुल हो जाओगे, इसलिए मैं आज तुम्हें करेक्ट कर रहा हूं कि तुम्हारा मेथड आगे चल के अनसक्सेसफुल होगा। या फिर ये जो प्रोसेस है जो हम कर रहे हैं, इसमें अगर इस मेथड को, मेरे मेथड को डाला जाएगा तो प्रोसेस थोड़ा सा स्मूथ हो जाएगा, इसलिए मैं करेक्शन कर रहा। अब आप ही बताओ, इन चारों इंटेंशंस में, चारों इंटेंशंस की एनर्जी में कौन सी एनर्जी रिलैक्सिंग फील होती है? फोर्थ, एग्जैक्टली, है ना? अगर फर्स्ट वाले में तो बहुत ही खराब एनर्जी है, सेकंड वाले में भी खराब है, थर्ड वाले में तो पिटी वाली एनर्जी है, बेचारा वाली एनर्जी। किसी को बेचारा नहीं बनना होता है। सो जब हम इंटरनली ही एक सॉफ्ट एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो एक्सटर्नली तो ऑब्वियसली हमारे करेक्शंस प्रॉपर नहीं होंगे। ऐसे ही मुझे अगर किसी से करेक्शन लेनी भी है, तो रिमेंबर, they are not correcting me, they are correcting the प्रोसेस को करेक्शन मिल रही है। मैं भी इस प्रोसेस से करूंगा तो मुझे बेटर रिजल्ट मिलने वाला है। ईगो कहाँ आता है? जब होता है मेरा मेथड, इनका मेथड, मेरा गलत, उनका सही, और वहां ही हर्ट आता है। ईगो को बीट करने का इजी तरीका है, I have a different idea, you have a different idea, I tried my idea, it is not working, let's try your idea, let's try your method to streamline the process. So मैं और आपके बीच को छोड़कर, आप और मेरे को छोड़कर, अगर हम सिर्फ प्रोसेस को स्ट्रीमलाइन करने की कोशिश करते हैं तो करेक्शन इजी हो जाता है, एनर्जी सॉफ्ट रहती है, और उस एनर्जी को हम इजीली एक्सेप्ट कर सकते हैं, इजीली किसी को दे सकते हैं। सो करेक्शन करने के लिए ये इंटेंशन की परख बहुत जरूरी है। करेक्शन करने के लिए हमको पर्सपेक्टिव समझना बहुत जरूरी। इट इज नॉट करेक्शन ऑफ प्रोसेस, माना इट इज नॉट करेक्शन ऑफ मेथड, इट इज माई पर्सपेक्टिव, इट इज माई पर्सपेक्टिव। हो सकता है कल को हम भी रॉन्ग हो जाएं। हम वी कैन सी वर्ल्ड इज डेवलपिंग, हाउ एआई इज डेवलपिंग, तो एक चीज के बाद दूसरी चीज गलत सही होती रहती है। एंड थर्ड थिंग, आफ्टर करेक्शन, करेक्शन के बाद ऑब्वियसली एक थोड़ी सी हेजिटेशन वाली एनर्जी डेवलप हो जाती है, क्योंकि आप कितना भी स्ट्रीमलाइन करो, एक रॉन्ग एंड राइट की फीलिंग आ जाती है। दोनों को ही, जो करेक्शन दे रहा है उसको भी, जो करेक्शन ले रहा है उसको भी, दोनों के अंदर ही ये हेजिटेशन वाली फीलिंग आ जाती है। ब्रेक दैट एनर्जी। Who takes the charge to break that energy? This is not the only subject between you and me. इस सब्जेक्ट को छोड़ के भी हमारे बीच में, अब भले हम अपनी कंपनी में ही बैठे हों, भले हम कोई मेथड्स के साथ ही कुछ किसी टेक्निकल इशू पर ही हम एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड है, इस वक्त हम एक दूसरे से करेक्शन कर रहे हैं, बट रिमेंबर, इसके अलावा भी हमारे बीच में कुछ कनेक्शन है ना। हम एम्प्लॉयज हैं, हम कलीग्स हैं, और छोड़ो, हम फ्रेंड्स हैं, ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं। सो ब्रेक दैट हेजिटेंट एनर्जी। चलो उसके बाद एक बार कॉफी पी के आते हैं, 2 मिनट बैठ जाते हैं, घर में क्या चल रहा है। अच्छा, क्या चल रहा है वो ना बताना चाहे, आप ही बता दो, मेरे घर में ये चल रहा है, मेरे बाहर ये चल रहा है, मुझे ये वाली मूवी पसंद आई, पता है कल का एक मैच मैंने एंजॉय नहीं किया, आपको कैसा लगा। सो अदर देन दैट सब्जेक्ट, if the corrector and the person who is taking correction can have a small discussion on a topic other than that correction method, it so happen उसकी जो वो वाली एनर्जी है ना, जो हेजिटेंट बनाती है कनेक्शन को, वो एनर्जी खत्म हो जाती है। आई एम रेडी टू go with the process further. So before correction, remember intention, किस लिए आप करेक्ट कर रहे हो, उसकी गलती साबित करने के लिए, या खुद को सही साबित करने के लिए, या उस पर दया खा करके, या फिर प्रोसेस को इजी बनाने के लिए। ड्यूरिंग द करेक्शंस याद रखिए, पर्सपेक्टिव, जो मुझे करेक्ट कर रहा है उसका एक पर्सपेक्टिव है, मैं किसी को करेक्ट कर रहा हूं, मेरा एक और पर्सपेक्टिव है। लेट अस सी द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ ईच अदर। एंड थर्ड, आफ्टर करेक्शन रिमेंबर, जो भी एक ट्रेस भी अगर नेगेटिव एनर्जी हमारे बीच में चल रही है, लेट्स टेक अ चार्ज टू एलिमिनेट इट, टू रिलीज दैट नेगेटिव एनर्जी. So this is the method one I understand. There could be coming up many methods for you, but this is somehow we can understand the process of corrections. Rest other things will come in next weeks. Um, Um, if you have any questions, we can deal with, or we can sit in meditation for some time. Meditation? Okay. So जब हम मेडिटेशन में बैठेंगे, तो मैंने आपको बताया कि हमारी जो डिस्कोर्स की क्लास थी, हमारी मुरली क्लास, उसकी हेडिंग ये थी, शिक्षा के पहले क्षमा का दान दो। ये इंटेंशन बहुत 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 जरूरी है। आर यू करेक्टिंग देम बिकॉज यू कैन सी देम रॉन्ग, या आपने पहले ही दिल से क्षमा कर दिया है? आपने पहले क्षमा कर दिया है ना, तो आपका करेक्शन करेक्शन नहीं, सपोर्ट बन जाता है। सो लेट अस ट्राई टू चेंज आवर करेक्शंस इनटू सपोर्ट। ठीक है? ओके, सो सिट स्ट्रेट, feel yourself comfortable, back straight, eyes half open, focused on some place which is not moving. Think about yourself. Think about previous month. In the month of January, was there any incident where you get corrected and you felt hurt? Now, think about that moment when you accepted the correction. Did you find any better method to proceed? Instead of feeling that correction as a correction, feel that person supporting you. Again, for the previous month, did you corrected someone? Remember that person and internally go beyond profit and loss, right and wrong. This person is important in my life. I will support him or her. Now close your eyes gently. Visualize a tiny star in the middle of forehead. Visualize from the highest sky, from infinity, a beam of golden light descending down towards this earth, absolutely on your head. From the sky, I am receiving a beam of golden light. I am a star. I absorb this golden light. This is God's blessing. I absorb that divine light in me. I am able to help others with this light. Visualize I, the star, I am reflecting this golden light in my office to everybody. Visualize from your forehead, you are sending a beam of golden light which is received from sky. You are sending this light to each of your colleagues' forehead. There is a net between all of us of this golden light of good wishes, blessings. Look at each other. Think about all your colleagues. We all are connected with God's blessing. Our relation is beyond good and bad, right and wrong. We are a team. We complement each other. Collectively, we complete the team. Visualize the golden light coming from the sky over each and every colleague of your office. All are good, all are receiving God's blessing, all are mine. I am with them as a team. We are together. Now absorb this whole golden light in you and gently open your eyes. This is a short exchange of good energy between my team. It helps me for easy connection to eliminate negative energy between us, which time to time, because of our each other's behavior, we get stuck with some negative energy. It will clear it off. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi, for the beautiful opening session on our new series. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We will again connect next week on the same topic. Om Shanti.